I just wanted to get on here to kind of clear up any misconceptions that I might have given about my mom. She was not a high school dropout or a teenager that had me. My mom was in her 30s when she had me. She was well aware of what she was doing. She was working as a nurse's aide. They called them candy stripers in those days. And, she was living her life. She decided to go ahead and have me because of, she got caught, her and my dad. She met my father while he was in the university, and she was working in the hospital. A lot of what went on between them, I have no idea. She never discussed it with me. Now, one thing about my mom, while I was growing up, she was both my mom and my dad. She had to be. But she wasn't that mom that did all that crying or whatever. And she wasn't like a really butch mom either. She was like right down the middle. The only thing that I do look back and I don't know, I kind of regret it, but at the same time, it's kind of formed who I am. We were not very affectionate. I can count the number of times that she kissed me, and it was probably less than 5 during all my years of growing up. We were very formal to each other. She respected me. I respected her. If we would run into each other, it was excuse me. And type of things like that. It was, I don't know why, but that was the way she decided to raise me. I guess she didn't want to be an overly emotional mom that would cry at the drop of a hat, and she did not. She was very strong, but as I said, she wasn't, so butch and like she was my dad. She was like really right down the middle. But because of the emotion that I didn't have then, once I went away to college, I became like a hugger. I'll hug a tree, I'll hug you, I'll hug a stranger, I'll hug, it doesn't matter, In fact, I've had some cases where people had to run from me trying to hug them. So, this was my life growing up, which I don't regret a minute of it. Now, the one thing, she had 3 goals in her life. One was to finish high school. The second one was to get a Persian lamb fur coat. And the third one was to live in a brick house. Those were her 3 requests. She was actually able to get all 3 before she passed. I often wonder why didn't she want more? She could have wanted for so much more. But, I have to realize everybody is built differently. Everybody has their own goals and aspirations. I just really wanted to clear up that misconception that I might have given, that my mom was like this teenager that was kind of loose and wound up getting pregnant. That was not her. It was a completely different situation. And maybe because of her being more mature, she was better suited to handle having a child by herself during a period of time where being a single mom was not popular at all. It was something that the masses, the neighborhood, it was something that basically needed to be hidden. And but she was a fighter. She was a very strong woman. And Mom, I love you. I'll see you. We'll see each other again. I know where you are. So, hold on. But so, anyway, again, if any of this touches you at all, please hit that like button, that follow button, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.